Manning lets it fly. It's caught by Thomas. There's the record for Peyton Manning.
Welcome, everyone, to the neighborhood Raiders Day. How's everybody doing today?
Yeah,
pumped and jacked.
I'm glad. Literally, all the motivation that I just threw out there, right there, that's all I've got for the day. I know I look like I'm trying to be ironic by wearing sunglasses indoors. No, it's because I had a massive migraine yesterday, and now I'm suffering the after effects. So I feel like crap. But beyond that, I am still.
Mike Shanahan made Johnny host today.
That's right.
Even with a minute.
Even with a mic. Hey, Terrell Davis was very willing and able to do that. Okay, like
right. If Terrell were able to do his job sitting on a chair, he would have done it.
Yeah, exactly.
Pushing him.
So, everybody, it's good to see you guys, Glenn and Mundungus from Denver. You lucky sons of guns, you.
Yeah,
I
finally
love it.
made it. Jeez.
Yeah, like so. Let's talk to us. Talk to us about how the trip began for both of you, and how it seems like the Raiders were conspiring against MHRT being at the game.
Well, Glenn, yours was first.
Yeah, so apparently they found out I leaked the Gruden emails because 10 minutes after running my car, I get on the highway and the RPMs are going like this and the miles per hour are going like this. And I am on the side of a highway on the top of this hill of the on-ramp. And,
which highway, E470 or?
No, I had just gotten on to 225.
Okay.
And about 10 minutes from the airport.
Oh.
And cars are flying by me. I mean, just so close. And I was able to just kind of nudge it up over so I could roll it down off the side. 3 hours later, I missed an appointment with Mario that I had. So, it was waiting on the side of the highway for 3 hours on a Friday, but that pales in comparison to what Mike's rental car story on Saturday morning from Nebraska.
Dude, I was getting ready to leave the house, like on my trip, on the way, ready to go to Denver. 7 miles away from my house, I smoke a deer.
Did you at least take it home? I mean, venison. Did you at least bring it home?
No, it was destroyed.
So was the car.
I hurt the deer more than the deer hurt my car. But no, it was like
the car wasn't split in half. The deer was.
Yeah, it's like there was 3 of them, and I avoided the other 2. I just hit the one. And even if he hadn't died, he would have had a bad day because I hit him in the butt. So he wouldn't have been able to walk after that, anyways.
Oh man,
deer motorcycle cops, where there's one.
Hit him right in his derriere.
I ended up being able to get a different car, and my insurance covered the car damage, and all that happened was like a 4 or 5 hour delay. So I didn't get here last night until like 8.
Mike and I actually met last night for the first time. We talked virtually every day, and we met for the first time in over.
Yeah,
held hands, cuddled, sang songs. It was great.
That's great. No, and that's the truth of MHRT. We've been. I talk to you guys, about as much as I talk to anybody, and we've never met. And that's the fun. That's the funny thing. I can't wait for the day that it actually happens. But Dave, how are you doing today, brother?
I'm feeling better than I was Friday night.
Yeah, give us your rental car story.
Ooh.
I don't have one. I can tell you that I've had way too much coffee, and I chipped a tooth last night on
Fudge, she said.
He didn't finish the word. Therefore, it
just to the C. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I'll have to make a trip to the dentist this next week. But
oh man, well, aside from the migraine, the 2 rental car faux pas and a chipped tooth, it's Raiders Day.
Go Broncos.
That's right.
It's Raiders Day. Go Broncos.
Guys, I can tell you, it is the most spectacular blue sky out here today. Not a cloud in the sky. Weather is not going to be a factor. It's supposed to be low 70s. It is. I'm wearing shorts today. It's a beautiful, amazing October Denver day. So can't wait.
I mean, I would give what I would give to be in Colorado right now. Like, I miss Colorado so much.
You're not invited.
Nobody asked you. Okay. I lived there. I lived there before you. Okay. All right.
I never lived there.
No, exactly. So I've already got a leg up on you there. Okay.
Dude, I'm sitting there eating breakfast this morning at the hotel, right? And some guy comes up and goes, "Hey, you're Mundungus, right?"
That's wicked. That's wicked. Recognition in public.
I am.
That's awesome. Recognition in public.
I wanted to see like the people around me's faces when they're like, Mundungus? What kind of name is that?
Don't worry about it.
Unfortunately, what Mike's leaving out is it was a sheriff and he was giving him a warrant.
Yeah. You're Mundungus, right? You've been
serving him.
Yeah. and then Mundungus is sitting there. Why are they serving me under the name Mundungus? It's not even my legal name yet.
How do you know?
Okay, you're right. I don't.
Just wait until the wife learns.
And the guy sat down with Mike for an hour. It's funny.
Just wait until the wife learns that she's got to change her last name to Creevy. We'll see how
I was gonna say, hey, honey, surprise, we're the Creevies now.
Doesn't Meet the Creevies sound like a TV show?
Meet the Creevies. It sounds like it sounds like a sitcom on TBS.
That's gonna be the fifth.
It sounds like a sitcom on TBS. Maybe TNT, maybe. But
not quite the Duggars, but you're on your way.
Yeah, you're on the right track.
We got to work our way up to TLC. Like it's going to start on Bravo.
Yeah, Bravo. Yeah, right there after Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. There you go, Mike. So anyway, let's jump into the comments real quick. We got a couple people already in the comments with us. Dave went ahead and his customary message from the video.
Overachieving.
Yeah, overachiever with the red, the orange, and blue hearts. We got Avatar in the house. What's up, Broncos country? He also says that Glenn, you were near him when you were broken down the side of the highway.
Is that the guy who flipped? Is that the guy who flipped me off? No,
probably Avatar.
Well, hey, if you're in the area like tailgate time, we're gonna be at the tailgates. Come meet up with us.
There you go. We have a name I don't really recognize on Facebook. Shannon.
I'm not even gonna try.
Sahome. I think it would be Sahome. Shannon Sahome. Welcome to the neighborhood and welcome to MHRT. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, share, become part of the family. Okay. Whiz Kids in the house. John Gruden's final revenge is happening. Revenge. So there you go. It was.
Oh, is that what all that? I was trying to figure out what he meant by that. That the rental car stuff. That's
the rental car stuff. Yeah. I'm sure. I'm surprised he didn't make that joke to you when you got back to the house after the fact.
I know I shouldn't have rented from Goodell's rental car, but
oh, what were you thinking? Vic says, AKA the Wiz. Talking about you there, boss man.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Shannon corrected us. Hi, guys. It's pronounced Shayhome or Shayhome.
Country of origin.
Okay, good. Because I was going to go the literal way and be like Sajaholm, but I figured that probably wasn't the way to go.
Great syntax there, boss. All right. So anyway, welcome everybody. If you're just joining us, please jump in, comment, talk to us. We love the conversation. It's Raiders Day at home in Denver, as Glenn has informed us, on a beautiful day. I am so pumped. Mm-hmm. Even though right now I'm killing myself being excited because of this headache, I am so pumped for the Raiders, like to face off against the Raiders. So let's talk about the game a little bit. Let's get into it. Because we don't have any NFL news, or we don't have any NFL scores to go into right now.
Do we have any news? I don't think there's any news.
Not a whole lot. I don't feel like a lot happened in the NFL this week, aside from what we'll talk about anyway with the Gruden, the Gruden situation.
Marcus Mariota was activated.
Was he?
Yeah.
Well, that's actually very interesting. We'll see if he can do something a little different than when he was in Tennessee, huh?
So we do have one score in London. Jacksonville is up 17-13 over the Dolphins right now.
Oh, I forgot the London game there was another London game this morning.
6 minutes left in the third.
Okay, well, so Jacksonville's up.
There's also some injuries on the Chiefs, like Tyreek Hill is active, but him and Kareem Hunt are going to be on a touch count.
Ooh, that could really affect the Chiefs.
Yeah, there's another name I haven't seen in here.
Let me see. Okay. Lacretta Wilborn, hashtag Broncos for life. Welcome, Lacretta. Welcome to the family. KB82 is also in the house. Love the jacket, Mundungus.
Not a jacket, it's a shirt, my man.
Yeah. It looks like it. It looks like a jacket.
Looks
though.
like a letter jacket.
I know, it's a shirt.
Yeah, from that angle with your arms down, it looks like a Letterman jacket. That's
maybe you
should
chest out.
Let's just keep your arms down then.
Yeah, chest out. Please don't.
Chest out,
which by the way, I showed you guys before, but I kind of want to just throw it out there on the pod. I'm rocking this awesome shirt, and this shirt is actually like it's true vintage. This was my grandfather's from the 70s and the 80s, and my grandmother gave it to my mom to send to me.
There's another one I don't recognize.
Wicked cool, actual vintage, 40-year-old T-shirt of my grandfather's. I love it.
That's awesome.
Cali, Tuna Bay, Tuma Bay. It's Raider week.
Can't wait.
To everyone that's like brand new here, you guys are awesome.
For real. We love this. I love new faces. I love new names. This is great. All right, so let's talk Broncos Raiders. So going into the game, Broncos Raiders, both teams are kind of reeling on the back of back-to-back losses. We both started the season 3-0, and we've both lost our last two. There's been a lot of issues for both teams. And then, of course, there's the head coaching situation that cropped up in Las Vegas with John Gruden and the Raiders. So that might play something of a factor into today's game. So I'm gonna push that out to you guys. Starting with Glenn, what do you think are going to be some of the biggest factors that we see today?
Right. So when you say it might play into a factor. And that's the mystery. Normally when a team loses its coach, something like this, it could be, we're lost. We're not going to play well. But on the flip side, it also could indicate that they're going to rally around, say this guy is not going to define us. He's not going to define our season, and then come out like a ball of fire. And that's what concerns me. So I'm hoping that
it's our offensive coordinator playing in as interim, right?
No, special teams.
Special teams. That's right.
But he's the assistant. He's also the assistant coach, and
they got
in the league for many years. So the Broncos need to get out on a fast start. We can't wait for the play calling to kick in with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. We can't wait for Noah Fant to get a throw in the a target in the fourth quarter. That cannot happen. We got it
right.
Personally, if we win the coin toss, I would like us to take the ball instead of deferring to the second quarter. I think we need to score. And Johnny, you talked about this on Friday night. We need to score an opening game drive.
24 games. 24 games in a row. The Broncos have not scored an opening drive touchdown. That's unacceptable. That's a season and a half.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
When we win the coin toss, have we even taken the ball in the last 2-3 years? I think we always defer, don't we? When was the last time that we selected to have the ball?
Usually we defer.
And I like the deferring. It had to actually in the early games this year, it actually panned out for us because we scored late second quarter touchdowns right before the half, and then we got the ball back. So, you're really at an advantage. But I think we need to set the tone for this game and not let the Raiders. And this crowd is going to be completely jacked up. It's going to be a full house. And, people are going to be out there really early, getting lubed up, I think, a little bit too. Broncos need to.
I'm not jacked up. I mean, okay. So, fast start is a must. And we've said that. And the sad part about it is that we've said that week after week after week. I mean, we've said that for a season and a half. And and I said this too. I don't know if I said it on Friday, but I did say it in my article on Denver Nosebleeds, is that in addition to us not getting an opening drive touchdown, we've given up opening drive touchdowns almost all season so far to the other team. That gives them momentum, that destroys our morale and our motivation. It's got to stop. It has got to stop. Plain and simple. Shannon comes back in saying that she loves my Broncos decor. Thank you very much, Shannon. Tune in to our other shows, MHRT Podcast on Thursdays. If you want to see, like, I've got awesome decor, but Glenn over here, he literally podcasts from a in-home Broncos museum. So you think my stuff's wicked? I would give some kind of bodily organ to have Glenn's set up.
Glenn, your pick, whichever organ you want. It's your pick.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that he's letting me pick and that he's not forcing one.
I would honestly tell you, don't pick the liver, that just for your own sake. But otherwise, you get the choice. So, all right. And then Vic says, in regards to our, what we were talking about, 24-game streak of not, slow starts, unacceptable. I'd like to welcome into the show, into the neighborhood, a fifth member of MHRT from up in Canada, Richie Richey. Hello, neighbor.
How you guys doing?
What's up, Rich? This is your first time on the neighborhood, isn't it?
Oh, it very much is, yes.
That's
Rich
awesome.
put the A in neighborhood.
Yeah, that's right. Our Canadian brother.
I'll claim that. I'll take that all day long.
I just got
neighborhood. That's great. That's great.
See,
that's a great
it was really
joke.
funny seeing everyone else. You saw Glenn laugh, and then Dave laughed, and Johnny laughed, and then Mike was kind of staring into the camera, and then he laughed. It was awesome.
There you go.
So, Rich, you missed this part, but Mike was approached at breakfast at his hotel today, and they go, "Are you Mundungus?" And then sat down with him for an hour.
That's pretty awesome, dude.
Just trying to eat my Cheerios, man.
Hey, good. Cheerios. What kind of Cheerios? Were they just plain Cheerios?
Just regular Cheerios.
Are you
Chocolate
trying to watch
Cheerios.
Is it about the cholesterol? Is that the problem, or why would you punish yourself that way when Honey Nut Cheerios exist?
They didn't have Honey Nut Cheerios. It's a hotel, man. It's not like a cereal smorgasbord.
That's you need to do the Mundungus thing. Get up to that front desk and pound the table and be like, "No, where's the better cereal?"
Well, Mike got cocky after that. He's like, "Do you know who I am?" And everyone goes, "No." Like, who is this guy?
He's like, "Well, that guy does." So anyway, all right. So we talked about it. We need to get off to a fast start. 100%. We need to get off to a fast start. Dave, what's another factor that you think is going to play a big part in this game?
I'm worried about Derek Carr and Henry Ruggs in our secondary.
Okay. All right. I would throw in there Hunter Renfrow as well.
And
Darren Waller. I mean, it's going to be, look, Vic really needs to step it up and stop overcompensating. I think that's one of the biggest issues that Vic has had calling the defense this season is he's overcompensating for, one thing, against the Ravens. They game plan so hard and they put so much effort into stopping the run game that they completely sacrificed the pass defense. And then they pretty much did the same thing, in the Steelers game. They just overcompensation, and then you're not prepared to deal with the rest. So it needs to be balanced.
The Ravens made sense. The Ravens strategy made sense to some degree, but the Steelers did not. And I think now we're playing with a quarterback that is a more conventional type of QB. Yeah. So we should play RD, the blitzes, the strong defensive backs, the rushing the passer from the defensive line. We need to rattle this guy.
We do. We really do. And I mean, I don't get it. The first we saw our defensive identity in the first 3 games. We saw how good we could be against the run and against the pass, but for whatever reason, we abandoned that to in an attempt to quell a specific thing, and in the end, it hurt us. Badly hurt us. So all right, so Mundungus, what do you think is going to be another factor to this game that could really play, a large part in the outcome?
The Broncos need to lock the door before Shermer can get in the building.
Change the lock.
No, it's I mean, it's his play calling is so weird sometimes. Like you get a couple games where you're like, oh, that makes sense. And then you get like games against good teams where you're like, what in the devil are you doing? Like that doesn't even make any sense. It's like last game. It was run, pass, run, pass, run, pass, and that's all you got.
It was like me playing Madden on N64 in 1998. Run, pass, run, pass, run, pass. I mean, it was so predictable.
And if you want to know what that's like, that's what Adon plays on Twitch.
That's what Adon plays on Twitch.
There you
go. But no, he's got to be a little bit more creative on the play calls and get some screens and get some outside passes and just get the ball moving.
I agree. However, I will add to that and saying that he needs to be more creative, but he needs to be more creative at the right time. Like if it's not a good moment and a good, a good situation to play a wide receiver or a tight end screen or something, don't.
Well, and what
don't just throw it in there for the sake of throwing it in there.
That's what one of the things I was saying on Thursday is like our team is built around yards after catch. Like we have the tight ends, the running backs, and the receivers to be able to have that 5 to 10 yards from the line of scrimmage to throw the ball and have them go get yards after catch. And that's what Jerry Jeudy was so good at, was getting open within those 5 to 10 yards and then being able to run after that. So I'm hoping that John Brown can kind of do the same thing. He could be that outlet where it's like, okay, Tim Patrick's not open, Cortland Sutton's not open, but John Brown has a little bit of separation, so we can throw him the ball underneath if we need to.
That'd be great. Real quick, Rich has got to get rolling out. He just wanted to join in the neighborhood for a few minutes. So, hey, Rich, let me ask you before you go, what keys or what factor do you think is going to play, that we haven't already mentioned is going to play a big, have a big hand in the outcome of this game?
Out if you have him because we kind of had him on the outside parts of the tackles for blocking. I think if you kind of have him appear to block and then kind of bump in just between the linebackers and behind the D line, I think that can be a really dangerous spot for him, especially if you catch him in stride. I don't think Shermer does that very much, or if at all. So, I mean, it's wishful thinking, I think, on my part, but I actually really think that can be really, really dangerous if we actually start rolling him out that way. And with Mike Boone coming back, I actually think that we might see, if you guys remember when we had Gordon and Lindsey last season, they had the two running backs on the field at the same time. I do wonder with Mike Boone coming back if we're going to reintroduce that in today's game, because that would be a wrinkle that no one has seen before yet this year.
That would be. I like that. And so we'll go ahead and let you get out of here, Rich. You have a good rest of your Sunday, brother. Go Broncos.
And I'm very jealous of the top two guys on the right there for being in Denver. It's just
we've already established that big time.
Yeah.
So
anyways, congratulations. Thank you guys. And I'll be watching from afar. Thank you.
All right. Have a good day, Rich. We'll see you later. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give my factor, a factor that I think will play a big hand in this. And that I'm going to say it for both sides of the ball, the run game. Okay. So what I'm going to say, the Broncos, right now, the Raiders have been unable to stop the run. Like all season, they have been unable to stop the run. So we need to run the ball against them. We need to run it hard. It's important. 2, on the defensive side of the ball, we are still right now have the 3rd rated rushing defense, and they have the 29th rated rushing offense. So we should, so even though there was some mistakes and it didn't look that way against the Steelers last week, because somehow we let them still run 150 yards on the ground against us. We have got to be able to stop that run game.
Yeah. Najee Harris had 100 yards just in the first half.
Yeah. So, I mean, that to me is a big factor. We need to keep the run game rolling. We need to go out. We need to come out of the gate with it. And I'm not saying do, first and second down run and then third down pass, because that's what he tried last week. And again, it looked like an 8-year-old playing Madden. But I'm just saying, am I wrong? But yeah, or Mundungus, an 8-year-old or Mundungus playing Madden.
Yep.
But anyway, we cannot abandon the run game. Like he did that last week. There was only 4 rushes called in the second half
that was the week before, but
Still, what in the world?
Yeah, quit making stuff up, Johnny.
I'm not. I was wrong about the timeline. God. That's it. I think real quick, we'll jump to the comments. Mobad is in the house. Says, "Sup, family?
What's up, Mo?
What's up, Mobad? We love you, brother." We got Ronald Samples, Bronco Gang brother, in the house saying, "What's up, Broncos gang?" Mobad says that you look different, Glenn.
Probably because the lighting is a little different in this room.
He's trying to look younger.
He's used to me in the dark.
It's the altitude. It does wonders for his skin.
He's trying to look younger by turning his hat around. That's what it is.
Yeah,
I
that's what
see
it
a
is.
little bit of Macklemore in Glenn. Just
Macklemore.
Macklemore.
I'm not.
Wow.
I see it.
So maybe,
You've been thrift shopping. Have you been thrift shopping
I
in
was just
Denver?
going to say
there,
I'm
Glenn?
going to the thrift shop right after this.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Hey, we did.
So-
We all
Oddly
gave
enough, I have a
our-
nephew named Ryan Lewis. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, there you go.
We all gave our points on what would make the Broncos beat the Raiders. Why don't we grab that game
That
preview video?
Yep.
Check that
I
out.
was
Then
about to say, let's segue into into the preview video.
I segued for you.
Yes, you did, and stop it. Anyway, here we go.
The Las Vegas Raiders are roadbound for Week 6, and roadbound without the head coach they started the season with. So just keep that in mind as we go through this, because you can't stat that kind of thing. But the Raiders are off to Denver to face the Broncos, who are still looking for that win that will make their fan base believe it can punch a ticket to the dance. It just didn't happen last week.
Oh, coming down to this. Bridgewater. Intercepted. And Pittsburgh is going to win it.
Teddy Bridgewater didn't have a horrible game against Pittsburgh, at least on paper. He threw a few TD passes, had a rating over 90.
Bridgewater. He's going to air this thing out. He's got him. Touchdown. Diving catch, Cortland Sutton.
But he was not able to convert on third down against the Steelers, just 2 for 12, and that's been a problem for them all year as they rank at the bottom when it comes to keeping drives alive.
Broncos 2 of 8 on third down. Pressure. Gets it off. Well, that makes it a manageable fourth down.
The Broncos' O-line also surrendered a couple more sacks. That's 7 now over their last 2 games.
First and 10 again. Bridgewater brought down.
Vegas's pass rush is decidedly better than last year. Yannick Ngakoue making a big difference for them.
Fields just got crushed, and Ngakoue gets to the quarterback once again.
Pressure often equals fewer passing yards, and it did for the Raiders against Justin Fields, held him to a measly 111 yards passing and held him under 6 yards per attempt.
Motion man Jakeem Grant in there on offense. Fields looked that way. Instead, we'll go to Williams.
And give credit where credit is due. They've been playing the pass well overall for 2021.
Gives the Bears a football at the 45. And Fields ready to deal. Into traffic, it's broken up.
Their run D, not quite as stout.
And Herbert with an excellent move to the perimeter.
But they did hold their own against Chicago at least.
Handed off for a gain of just a yard on the play.
So as you can tell, the Vegas defense wasn't really at fault last week, not as much as the offense anyway.
Carr off his back foot, floats it up. Intercepted.
Derek Carr was sacked 3 times, barely cracked 200 passing yards, had a sub-70 rating, under 6 yards per attempt, no TDs, 1 pick. He was more jalopy last week than the Lambo he looked like to start the year.
Carr, pocket collapses, slam down.
If Carr looks at Denver's pass D numbers for the year, they don't look bad.
It's picked. Justin Simmons. He's going to run this back inside the 30.
But they did build most of those numbers against teams that hadn't won a game. And last week against Big Ben, who had struggled this year, well, they made him look more like a young Roethlisberger.
Now Roethlisberger's going to air it out. And it's caught in stride. Deontay Johnson. A 50-yard touchdown strike.
Their pass rush disappeared. 1 sack and just 2 QB hits.
Time in the pocket and able to complete it.
And they weren't much better against the rush, allowing Najee Harris his first 100-yard rush game of his career.
Pittsburgh hasn't had a 100-yard rusher in 16 games, and that changes right there on cue.
Now they take on Josh Jacobs. Jacobs, though, wasn't able to muster much against the Bears.
A check to the zebra play, and it doesn't work. Josh Jacobs held for no gain.
Pivotal game for both squads. Can't get too far behind the division leader, which, yeah, is the LA team, not the KC one. Who comes out on top? You know the drill. Comment section, score predictions, the end of these videos, kind of the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta say, to those that are just joining us real quick, we have a new name, another new name that I don't recognize popping up on Facebook. Bobby Krauts. I don't recognize him. So Bobby, welcome.
He's actually a top fan on our Broncos, on our MHRT Facebook page.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
there you go. Sorry, I don't think
Bobby, how's it going, buddy?
Interacted there, Bobby. So hey, it's nice to meet you, friend. Go Broncos.
A
Hopefully,
real
Colin gets
Bronco
a lot
fan.
better this week. Yeah, right. I love it.
Like that whole video annoys me. So you look at Broncos country after we lose a game, right? And everything is either the coach's fault or it's Teddy Bridgewater's fault. But if you look back and you watch the games that we've lost, it's not really Teddy Bridgewater's fault. Like there's underlying issues as to why we're having problems. Number one,
I
would be
fully
the
agree with you.
line. Like the offensive line is struggling. Number two would be obviously play calling because good Lord. And then and again, you can see that the Broncos miss Jerry Jeudy because they're missing that receiver that is constantly open. So even if you're trying to throw it deep and nobody's open, you have that guy underneath that can get you the 5 to 10 yards because he's open. We don't have that because Judy's not here.
But you mentioned Jeudy, but we did get good news on him. So he's now in the 3-week window after IR, so he can come back at any point. There's speculation that it won't be against Cleveland on Thursday, but more the Washington game on Halloween.
Week after. So it's just like there's so many things. I know that Broncos country is like Drew Lock, Teddy Bridgewater. One of them's got to be to blame, but like you have to look at last year the same way you look at this year. Like if you're sitting there saying, well, Drew Lock didn't have time to throw because the offensive line couldn't hold up, it's the same thing this year. Like, yes, they're a little bit better than they were last year, but I still think that Cushenberry is having problems at center, and that's one of the reasons why we're having so many struggles with giving Bridgewater the time to throw the ball.
I mean, and okay, O-line. It's a good thing to talk about right now because let's look at, we're this week we are getting our 2 starting guards back, at least from what I understood. So
they played last week too.
Yeah, no, that's right, they did. Oh goodness, see, everything's running together for me right now.
Yeah, we had Reisner in and we had Glasgow in. I think Glasgow was a little bit more injured than Reisner was. He was probably playing hurt, but they were both in.
But and it seemed to me that like one of the biggest areas of issue with the offensive line was on the outside, was our left and right tackles. Where Bobby Massey and Garrett Bowles were giving up pressure a lot. Yeah, which is not something was something we kind of got used to not seeing, at least on Garrett Bowles' side. On the strong side.
And I will say, like, I haven't heard Bobby Massey's name much, and that's a good thing. Like, we shouldn't be hearing his name a lot.
But they have been giving up a lot of pressure from the outside, which needs to get nipped in the bud, and it needs to get nipped in the bud real quick.
Somebody's in trouble.
I can hear the sirens. And
if a SWAT team busts into Mike's room and he gets yanked out of there, it would be the greatest moment.
That guy asking if you were Mundungus, that guy that was asking if you were Mundungus at breakfast, he was undercover. Yeah. Are you Mundungus? Yeah, hell yeah, I am. And then 2 hours later,
I'm in room 419. Of course I'm
Actually, get on the ground. Anyway,
or 420, right?
Ronald Sample says John Brown should be playing today. I think he
is.
I think he is.
Him and Tyree Cleveland got called up off of the practice squad Thursday or Friday?
Thursday.
So I believe that they both will be playing.
They should be. The thing is, he still hasn't had a whole lot of time to get used to this playbook, but he is coming from a West Coast offense to a West Coast offense, so at least he understands the scheme, if you will.
Or how about this, John? Run straight down the field as fast as you can.
Yeah, there you go.
Just go that way, and
he runs what, a 4.4? I think is he 4.3. That's right. I forgot. Even though he's an older guy, that's impressive. It's very impressive. So yes, definitely would love to see John Brown just take a deep shot from Teddy Bridgewater into the end zone. Like it'd be
he wants that too.
I was gonna say older guy, but he's younger than all of us.
Okay, true. Sorry, older guy on the field. I
think he's 30.
He is. I think he's either 29 or he's 30, but still.
In football, that's like 40, 50.
Yeah, that's old in football.
All right, Brady's like 85 right now.
Right. So another thing I wanted to, I wanted to bring up because it punched me in the face during that preview video. 3rd down conversion rate. Holy crud! What? 28.6%. What?
Well, and if you look at the reasons why that is, a lot of that is over the last two games, and it's because we've been shooting ourselves in the foot with penalties. And so instead of having to do a 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, we're doing a 3rd and 10, a 3rd and 15.
Yeah.
And so that's where the problem comes in.
In my article that I released this week, I said that the Broncos have been shooting themselves in the foot so badly. It's like they're aiming at their foot on fully automatic with a high caliber rifle. It's bad.
But what's funny is our 3rd down conversion percentage is low, but we have the best 4th down conversion. We're 8 of 9.
We're 100%. Oh, I thought we were 100%. Oh,
almost.
No. 8 of 9. We're like 90. That's like 70, 78%, something like that.
So we just need more yards on first. I mean, it sounds elementary, of course, but like more yards on 1st and 2nd down. So a 3rd and 3, a 3rd and 4 is just, and then it gives you the option of going for it on 4th down. But when it's 4th and 8, 4th and 9, you're left without those choices.
Right. And here's the thing: 4th down conversion, percentage. That's cool. It's cool when you see it, but you shouldn't be getting to 4th down in the first place, right? I mean, you need to be.
Hey, Lonnie.
Hey, Lonnie. I'm gonna call him. That's my buddy who lives with me. I'm gonna call him what he hates going by Lonnie. It's Trey. His name is Trey. So. What's up, Trey?
Trey Lonnie.
Trey Lonnie. That's amazing. I never made that connection, and I've known the guy for like 13 years.
You gotta get him a Hawaiian shirt if you're gonna call him Trey Lonnie. You gotta go like a Hawaiian shirt.
Trey Lonnie.
Sounds like a resort in Maui.
Come walking in like Magnum PI.
Lonnie's not the one who's gonna call the SWAT team to come get me out of the hotel room because I came up with that name.
He needs to come walking back into my house with his in a Hawaiian shirt looking like Magnum PI, All right, so we got Shadow Jacker also in the house. He predicts this is going to be a shootout. So I mean that'd be.
I hope not.
I really hope not. I mean they're exciting to watch. Shootouts are exciting to watch, but I don't want to see a close game. But I don't want to see it.
If you're getting in a shootout, that means that both defenses are failing, and that's what I don't want to see.
Yeah,
we've seen the defenses failing the last 2 games. I don't want to see a shootout.
Right, and then he also requests, please, Shermer, use the tight ends.
So, and I think that's going to happen. I don't know if any of you guys saw Teddy's presser, and I referenced this on our Thursday show, but he made a point of saying we need to keep telling Noah that we love him, we appreciate him, we value him on this team, we do this, which was obvious that Fant was verbally and he was obviously unhappy about his role in the Steeler game, and Teddy had to publicly reference how important he was to the team. I mean, that's kind of a scary thing. That's like one of those comments that you then feel like it's a precursor to a request to be traded, so I hope it doesn't get out to that, but I think today,
knock on wood,
I think today is going to be a big day for Noah Fant. That's not even a hot take. I think they're going to try to make it up to him, and
not a hot take.
like Richie said, if we can get Fant in stride with any sort of momentum, I mean, how about that play against Cleveland when he did the stiff arm and ran for over 70 yards for the touchdown? Like he's capable of doing any of these things that these other top-notch tight ends are doing. Let's give it a shot.
I mean, we need to. It'd be important. So, Dave, you're uncharacteristically quiet down there.
I was way quieter last week.
That's true, but
we had to mute him after his near slip up earlier on.
That's what it is. Hey guys, Dave has been talking this whole time. We just can't hear him because we need to keep this a clean show.
I'm gonna have to start getting like an MHRT swear jar.
Yeah, and I have the soundboard. I need to add a bleep. Like
Dave and Don and Boggins from Thursday. Swear jar.
Boggins.
You're gonna
doodle do.
No, but here's what we have to do. We have to figure out what the money in the swear jar is going to be used for. Okay, it doesn't just go into Mundungus's pocket.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't. I won't put no money in that jar.
It should go to like a beer balm fund. Yes, sure.
I'm down.
I'm down with that.
I know you
beard oil.
Once you start getting to that age, you got to start coloring the gray hairs.
No, you don't. Leave that salt and pepper. Leave that salt and pepper. Do not be that guy. Do not be. Listen, Just for Men. You don't need to be that guy. Okay.
That's not gray. That's the milk from Mike's Cheerios.
my wife said it's not gray hairs. It's hairs of wisdom.
Hairs of wisdom. I love it.
It's wisdom beard.
No, you know what? The swear
and then
jar.
She laughed for 10 minutes.
The MHRT swear jar money needs to go towards getting me a bottle of Breckenridge Champions. Champions
whiskey.
Yeah, whiskey. I know you have some, Glenn. I've seen you. I haven't the pictures.
I haven't cracked it open, but we are going to the DNVR tailgate that Breckenridge is involved with. So I'm hoping they have some. They had some last week there. So
I really want. I want to get my hands on a bottle of that, but I just haven't been able to.
The swear jar money is going to go to Isaiah to help him get better internet and continue to keep better internet. That's what the swear jar money is going for.
All right, I'll donate to that.
So I do want to give
everybody
a shout
start
out
cursing
to Soper Liquors in Carbondale, Colorado. Kiko Pena helped me with getting my Breckenridge bourbon, so I appreciate Soper's.
There you go. All right, so a little bit more in the comment section. Shadow Jacker says, "No punts, all gas."
Bino.
Let's go for it.
I was gonna say,
I'm going to be sitting next to Mike. I hope that it's not all gas.
Listen, nobody likes a gassy Bronco. Anyway, no, that's great. That's all well and good. If we can keep, if we go out, fine, a few times. But this whole Sam Martin should not be seeing the field 8 to 9 times a game. He just should not, unless he's out there place holding for Brandon McManus, like that. He should not be out there 8 to 9 times a game. Yeah.
Like a trick reverse play to Sam Martin. Nobody'd see that one coming.
No, they wouldn't. Was that the punter lined up in the slot? What?
Second and 7, you got Sam Martin out there as tailback.
After the fake punt against Kansas City 2 years ago that absolutely wrecked our chances of winning that game, I don't think Vic's ever going to allow one to be called again.
I don't think he'll ever allow a trick play to be called ever again. Trey Lonnie, that's your new nickname in the show, buddy. Mundungus has created it and it's happened. Trey Lonnie Dugan. I hope Vic, you mean Vic Fangio?
No, that's Vic's grandson, Nick Fangio.
Oh, okay.
Autocorrect.
He hopes Nick Fangio doesn't
At first
go
I thought
Jerry
it was
Jones
Nick
on the
Faldo.
Broncos. Yeah. Well, all right. So you hope that he doesn't go Jerry Jones on the Broncos. We don't even need to talk about anything Cowboys on the show there, Texas. All right. So
let's talk about Virgil Green.
One good season in 30 years. Ooh. Go Cowboys.
I would like to say, though, I was talking yesterday about this with someone, and it does make me sad with the way he's playing right now, thinking back to 2016 when we passed on Dak Prescott for Paxton Lynch.
Yeah, but this is the problem. Like, anytime you think back and you're like, wow, Josh Allen or Dak Prescott, you then have to think about the coaching staffs that they went to and the coaching staff that we had. Like, you can say what you want about Jason Garrett, but Jason Garrett is a good quarterback coach.
Yes, he is. So, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just seeing how he's playing, and I'm like, oh my God, what could have been? Just, every now and then you have that feeling. So real quick, as we're continuing to go through our talk about the Broncos on Raider Day at home, let's jump over to the Mile High Prophet, who is at the tailgate at Mile High right now. Prophet,
good morning,
what's going on, buddy?
Prophet,
here we are. It's Raiders Week here at Empower Field at Mile High. How are you gentlemen doing this morning?
I'm excited to get
great.
I'm in Tennessee still, so I'm really sad that I can't be there with you and these two over here.
Well, I mean, someone's coming to the game today, aren't they?
Yeah, we are, Mike and I.
Oh, where are you?
At the hotel doing a podcast.
Well, you should have done the podcast from here, man.
Hey,
you're never going to get a better opportunity.
We have seen how successful our podcasts are on cell phones. So we're not.
Johnny and Isaiah killed that opportunity.
Johnny ruined that with the big red button, so we're not doing that anymore.
Understood. Well, I gotta say it's a little slow here at the moment because while we get here at 8 a.m. to start setting up, a lot of people don't get here till 9:30. So the tailgates are just starting to come together. I'm expecting the crowds to get here in another half hour, 45 minutes.
Okay, so what's the special drink today?
The special drink today is Walk the Plank. We expect to send some pirates to Davy Jones' locker today. What
is in Walk the Plank? I want to know.
It is sponsored by our sponsor, Trust Me Vodka. So it's got Trust Me Vodka, rum, amaretto, orange juice, pineapple juice, and cranberry juice.
Wow. Sounds delicious. And breakfast.
It is delicious. And it will prevent scurvy. That is absolutely part of the idea.
All right. So are the fans, I mean, even though there are not a whole lot of them there yet, do the fans seem really pumped there that are there?
I think the general consensus is that we need to be cautiously optimistic. I keep hearing Broncos by 3. The scuttlebutt that I've been hearing on the media over the past few days is that the Raiders locker room is not bothered by the loss of John Gruden. I'm going to call BS on that. Yeah. I just cannot believe that something that monumental is not going to affect the psyche of the locker room to some degree. Now, they're professionals. One would expect them to come out and do their job. But when you're dealing with the intangibles of a game like this, a division rivalry like this, I have to believe that is an edge to the Broncos.
Okay. All right. Now,
so what are your what is your commandment, or what is your words of wisdom for today's game?
Well, my prophecy is already posted on Twitter, but basically it is as always I predict a Broncos victory. Now, keep in mind that I am interpreting a 1,000-year-old oracle at Mile High, and it is an art, not a science, in making those predictions. But again, I have to believe that the teams otherwise are pretty evenly matched up. We're both 3-2, won our first 3 games, lost the last 2. Someone's going to come out of here victorious at 4-2 and climb back into tied for first place in the AFC West. And that's going to be the Broncos today.
Okay.
I agree.
All right.
Well, we will see you in a little bit.
Yeah, they will.
All right. Well, you know where to find us, right? It's outside of Gate 10.
You got it.
Okay. And
thanks to everybody listening at home. There it is. You can see the fire truck. To everyone listening at home, if you are going to the game today, outside Gate 10, hit up the Mile High Prophet at his tailgate. You'll meet, and you'll also run into Glenn and Mundungus.
And even if you don't have tickets to the game, come tailgate with us.
Boom. All right, Prophet, we thank you, brother. Mile High 5 and a Mile High salute to you, my friend.
See you soon.
Well, that's always fun. That's always fun. Okay, so let's see. We see here we have Jesse Haynes in the house coming in saying Denver Broncos for life. Do you guys recognize Jesse?
No, welcome, Jesse.
Jesse, welcome to the family. Subscribe, like, share the video, build the family. It's good to see you. Rich is on. He said when I was on with Captain Jack, he said the same thing as Prophet said, that the main locker room turmoil was prior to the Bears game. I mean, it could be, but I agree with Prophet. I think I don't think that something that monumental is going to be, isn't going to cause at least some issues. I mean, I don't think it's going to polarize.
No.
Something like that hurts. That hurts a franchise. That hurts a team. So
you don't think they knew? You don't think they knew he was a jerk? I mean, an awful guy.
They knew he was a jerk.
Oh, but at the same time, like the reason why he resigned, like that goes deeper than just the job. That's like personal.
Yeah,
no doubt.
It was like, I just don't want to be a distraction. Look, dude, you just take the. That's one thing that bothered me about it, was that he talked about, like, I just don't want to be a distraction to the team and to, and I'm like, okay, that's like you said, Dave, it's too late. But 2, take responsibility, dude. You're resigning because you did something stupid.
Yeah.
And the world is angry with you.
You know what bothered me too is he goes, he was using the I was in a bad place, like that excuses it. Clearly this is in his heart. That's him. And you cannot be a leader of all different types of people, all different types of cultures.
It's a melting pot.
You cannot, and they wouldn't want him there either. I mean, what? So
no,
I don't think it's going to affect them at all. I really don't.
Well, I think
if you look at like the underlying issue that's not really being talked about much, like when you have a head coach, the head coach picks all of his coaches, coordinators, things like that. So if the team doesn't trust the coach, there's got to be some underlying trust issues with the rest of the coaching staff that was picked, because it's like, well, coaches like to pick guys that they like,
even if subconsciously, probably. In my opinion.
So there could be some underlying issues that we're just not seeing.
That's a real.
And I never hope for that, but it's the Raiders, so
it is. I mean, it's the Raiders. Look, we've said it before. We are Broncos fans. We don't like the Chargers. We don't like the Chiefs, but we hate the Raiders.
With
Raiders and Taliban are like on the same in the same conversation.
That's. I mean, but no, but I mean, am I wrong? Like when people ask you which team do you like hate the most? I mean, honestly, it's you ask any Broncos fan, almost I'd say 99.9% of the time, the Raiders. Like the Chiefs, it's like, oh God, the Chiefs. But with the Raiders, it's like the Raiders. Like, you're ready to go nuts with it. So Dugan Treylani says the prophet is well spoken and awesome, but his name should be MC Hammered at the tailgate party. I like it. Ronald Samples coming in and saying, I got on my Steve Atwater jersey, number 27, baby.
Love know what? This is a good conversation. What jerseys are people going to be wearing today? I got my Steve Watson, my all-time favorite player. Today, this is alumni weekend for the Broncos. They skipped it last weekend. They're putting Shanahan in the Ring of Fame officially in front of they unveiled his pillar on Friday, and they're
about dang time.
And they're recognizing him today at the game, and they're recognizing Atwater at the game. So there's a lot of old school Broncos that are going to be there, and I mean from our glory days. So it's going to be exciting.
Now they're doing those Ring of Fame orange jackets.
Yeah,
those are amazing.
Cool. So
dude, that's awesome.
Ooh.
I have two-tone blue and orange Converse All-Stars that I wear. A blue on one foot with orange laces and an orange one on the other foot with blue laces.
I was going to wear my Tim Tebow jersey, but figured that would be a bad idea, so I didn't.
Don't be discouraged.
Hey, we need God on our side for this game.
Yes, we do. Yeah. So, I'm wearing Peyton Manning today.
You could wear Tebow. Lindsey's not going to be at the game today. So.
Listen, I'll wear.
She wouldn't be clubbing you with it.
I'll wear a Tebow jersey if you wear a Flacco jersey.
Ooh,
Flacco.
Ooh, danger.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
I'll be wearing Peyton Manning today, probably.
I'm
honestly like my
I like jerseys. What Albert Knoppers did with his Flacco jersey is he repurposed it. Bridgewater.
Yeah. That was really cool. When he says when we beat the Raiders or Ronald Sample says when we beat the Raiders today, this one's for Mike.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Not Clark.
Wrong Mike, bud. Not Mike.
Sorry.
Not Mike
Sorry.
Mundungus Creevy Clark. We're talking about Mike Shanahan.
Also, I just assume, like when you talk of Mikes, like I am the Mike. So
that's because you're a textbook narcissist.
That's
anyway.
If he keeps it up, you got to bounce him out of here, Johnny, or you can officially drop the mic.
It's all about me. Always about me. Congratulations on your accomplishments, but how much of your accomplishments did I have a hand in? Mm-hmm.
All of it.
Anyway,
this sounds like a real conversation.
No, it is. No, legitimately, this is a conversation that Mundungus and I had the other night.
No, it's not. Oh, yeah, it is.
It is so. I was talking to you about my conversation with Seegers. Yeah, it was.
I think I was like, you're welcome for all your success.
Yeah, it's exactly what you said. I was like, as if you
had
a hand in it.
That was before somebody recognized him. He's gonna be up there.
It's gonna be so much worse now.
Oh yeah. Oh boy, here we go. That ego. Mandy, run. Anyway. All right, so hey, we're getting down to the wire here because you guys need to, we need to start rolling out. You guys got to get to that tailgate and have a blast. Throw a few back for me. You got to throw a few back for me.
We're gonna take pictures. And
I can do that.
Yeah, please and thank you for throwing a few back for me. So we need to give our let's each give our we talked about factors into the game, but let's talk about our keys. Each of us gives one key to the game, a score prediction, and a hot take.
Oh.
All right. Keys to the game. Glenn.
Key to the game is to get the offense cooking early. And hot take is Mike Boone will score a touchdown today.
Woo, I love it. Hey,
And,
I was right on my hot take last week when Kendall Hinton scored his first. So
sweet. And score is 27-23 Broncos.
All right. 27-23 Broncos is Glenn. Dave, what is your key to the game, your score prediction, and your hot take for the day?
I don't want to be too boring, but time possession is always going to be key with this team. And
Absolutely.
I think it's going to happen all year. Final score, 24-13. Good guys.
Nice.
And hot take is Javonte Williams, FedEx ground player of the week. Over 150 yards. It's going to be his coming out party.
Dude,
I
could
like
go with
that. I like that a lot. I just remembered I had that. I remembered I had it. All right, Mundungus, key to the game, score prediction, and hot take.
Key to the game, I think, is blitzing or pass rush. We got to get hands on Derek Carr. Score of the game, I'm going to go 2017 Broncos.
Okay.
And a hot take, John Brown is going to have over 100 yards receiving.
That's a scorching take.
That is.
All of my hot takes are always wrong, so I'm just throwing that out there.
All right, so I'll be the last here. Keys to the game, run game. Absolutely, we need to keep it on the ground and run it against the Raiders' awful rushing defense. That's my key to the game. So score, I'm gonna go 24-21 for the good guys. And I'm going to say, and my hot take, it sticks with the running game because I really am, high on the running game for this game. I'm going to stick with that. And I'm going to say that the Broncos number 3 rated rushing defense holds the Raiders 29th overall rated rushing offense to less than 70 yards on the ground.
Love it.
All right. So, yeah. Yep. Sorry. There it is. So
Johnny gets hazard pay today if he's doing that hot take noise when he's got a migraine headache.
It's killing me, dude. Like I swear a minute ago I turned my head and the light peeked around the sunglasses and I was just like, oh, it was awful.
Anytime he does that, his eyes are going down.
Yeah.
Those are the brainwaves.
All right. So hey, we're gonna roll it out of here so that these guys can get to the tailgate and I can go get ready for work.
Yay.
So and Dave can sit at home with his broken tooth and watch the game.
And think about what he said earlier.
Yeah, think about what you did, mister. That's right.
Glenn and I are going to go sabotage Shermer's rental car.
Please and thank you. It's not a rental car.
He can be on the rental car list with us.
You guys are going to end up vandalizing 5 different BMWs, being like, is that his? Yeah. Vandalizing. No, but that's not it. That's not it.
You're going to get me swatted. I'm not vandalizing.
What do you think sabotage is, Mike?
Sabotage.
Eggs on the windshield. That's what I'm talking about.
That's vandalism.
Yeah, but you're talking cutting somebody's brakes.
I was talking more like slicing up some tires. That was about it.
If you don't learn anything from John Gruden, you don't say this stuff on the internet, guys. What are you doing?
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're so right. Anyway, so thank you everybody for joining us today. The penis gas tank. With your ego, it turns into Optimus Prime. Okay.
Yes.
We don't need that. So, all right. Thank you everybody for joining us on the MHRT Network today for the neighborhood. All right. We love you guys. It's been an absolute blast previewing the Broncos versus Raiders today. All right. We need to have there they come. We need to have all the support in the world. Everybody, let's be optimistic. We're going up against the Raiders at home. We have a slight advantage right now, just in that alone. So let's go Broncos. All right. Please do not miss our other shows throughout the week. On Tuesday, we have Broncos Talk with a 6'10" Mexican and Richie Riche. That goes live every Tuesday night at 7654 on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Also, don't miss our flagship podcast on Thursday, the MHRT Podcast with these two guys right here, a 6'10" Mexican and Mr. Boggins. 7654 Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Don't miss myself and Isaiah, or Pookie Knight as he is affectionately known, on Fridays on Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast. 7654 Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. In addition, all of our episodes are on audio versions on wherever you find your favorite podcast, be it Apple, Google, Spotify, iHeartRadio. You can find it there. We love you, Broncos country. We thank you for being with us today. Let's go, Broncos. Beat the Raiders. It's time for a mile high five so these guys can go drink and tailgate and have a blast.
Hey,
here we go. Are you guys
MHRT podcast guy mile high five in Denver?
That's right. That's right. Here we go. Are you? Then I'm going to hurt myself with this migraine and make this exciting.
You can do a mile high golf clap. That's fine.
Yeah. No, I can't because that would be wrong. Here we go. Mile high five.
That hurt a little. To bust in and still do the mile high five.
Oh, that hurt. That's great. That's great there, Dave. We love you, Broncos country. Mile high salute, and we will see you on Tuesday. Go Broncos. Beat the Raiders.